The winter simulcast season for 2023 is looking very promising. I've seen a lot of shows coming out that have really interesting premises and can easily go somewhere really, really fun and can get way more interesting going forward, a lot more entertaining. And one show in particular is Saving 80,000 Gold, Another World for My Retirement. Yet another title for the Japanese naming convention where they just basically give you the premise as, like, the title of the show. I don't know if there's a Japanese title that's shorter, but this one is kind of interesting. It's an isekai, obviously, because it's a part of the In Another World subsection of titles, and the main character is a girl. However, it does seem to be probably, like, centered around male audiences, but I could see some girls being entertained by this and identifying with the main lead. The show, I wouldn't say is subversive, but it's definitely interesting, and it has some interesting ideas for how isekais can work. Typically, in an isekai, in Japanese media, or, like, anything really, where someone dies and then they, like, appear in another world, they either get, like, transported, or they'll get hit by a truck, or they'll fall down the stairs, or they'll get sent into a video game, and then they're, like, in another world. And typically, the way isekais sell themselves is they give a slight spin on the genre and like a sort of a little bit of a different concept, and then they roll with it. And this show's sort of like main concept is that she can teleport from one dimension to another. She can go from Earth to this fantasy world and back and forth, and she can take things with her back and forth, which is fun. You can do a lot with that, and you would think, okay, so she's gonna, like, sell things and make money off of it, or like do something like in Gate, open up a store, or something like open like a pharmacy, or some oddly specific skill set that she has because she knows about it. No, actually, the only thing she really knows about fantasy worlds and the way they operate is what her brother told her, and one of the core problems is that her family's dead, and she only has the inheritance from her family. So eventually she's not going to have any money, and she wants to be able to live comfortably because she's living by herself, and she's the sole heir of like, her house. So, when this opportunity arises, she basically uses all the information that she's gotten over the years from her brother about isekais and random male hobbies. The brother, who is dead, by the way, like, he's not alive, is one of the most fun characters in the show. She'll have, like, fake conversations with him in her head to sort of rationalize what's going on and sort of, like, come up with a plan of action, or flashback to, like, a thing that she saw him do, or he talked about, that will give her an idea going forward to make money in this world. Her goal is to save 80,000 gold, which the translation said was about $200, I think. I don't know how much that is in yen. Maybe I'll put it up in the video and say how much yen she had, but, like, most people watching this are going to be American, so whatever, like, $200 a gold piece. And she really thinks that if she gets 80,000 gold pieces, like, saved in both worlds, so in both the fantasy world and in her present world, like Earth, she will be set for life and be fine. She just wants to live comfortably, and she thinks that she can retire with that. I've only seen the first 2 episodes. Her first plan of action is to launder the gold that she earned in the fantasy world through a PMC group and have them train her to use firearms and then have them equip her, and then she'll launder gold through them as a fee. When I saw that, I saw that in the opener, like, she's holding a Beretta. That's kind of interesting. Maybe she has a gun. No, it seems that going forward, she's going to be strapping the fuck up to prepare and to make money, pretend to be like a debutante, get like the fanciest dress made in her normal world, to then go and pretend to be a noble from somewhere else in the fantasy world, to get in close with the nobles, and then she'll also like use her moped to like travel long distances, but since she can teleport anything that she has with her, she'll just send herself back to Earth and then grab her equipment, change her clothes. She uses her cheat magic, her ability to teleport between these realms, as a way of gaming the system between both Earth and the fantasy world that they're in. That's kind of interesting. There's a lot of potential with that. I haven't read the manga. I don't know if it's a manga or a light novel or both, but I have seen pictures I'm pretty sure she has a 30 cal from World War II. She's like rocking a Smith & Wesson. PMC group is like teaching her proper gun safety. Like her main weapon is like a Beretta FS92. Then you have, because it's not they call it an FS92 in the show, but that's the civilian version of that handgun. So I'm pretty sure that she's using M9. She has that as her main firearm so far. Then she also has a Walter PPK, and that's just dope. I think it's really fun. They name drop these guns too. Like, they're like saying, this is the gun that she's using, and this is the equipment that she's using. So I'm assuming as this goes on, she'll probably get plate carriers and different firearms, and the more crazy the fantasy world gets, the more she's gonna invest in the PMC group and launder more money to then prepare herself. That's just fun. That just sounds so great. The target demographic for the show is obviously guys. It's talking about guns and like gun culture. In Japan, there's a big subsection of like nerds that really like military equipment. Much like the United States, you know, they are kindred souls to certain demographics in the United States as well. So they're sort of tapping into that. But I think girls could also enjoy this show because they'll probably identify with the lead. She's not like a tomboy or anything, you know, like she's a girl. Like she likes the things that she's getting and the guns she's using and stuff. She's learning all this stuff for purely practical reasons. Her brother was the airsoft nerd and the gun guy and the dude who liked using slingshots and read anime and talked about ways you could game the system in an isekai world depending on the rules. She uses that information to her advantage, and it seems really fun. There haven't seemed to be any like male leads in the show, so I don't think there's going to be. I think it's going to be a primarily female cast. There's like a dad that's like not her dad, like a dad of another character. I don't know if he's gonna be in the show for a long time. I don't know if the show is like gonna have any relationship stuff with the guys or girls or anything like that. It doesn't seem to be the way they're going with this, because the premise is mostly cute girl is strapped. Like that's the appeal of the show. Like you look at the manga, like her with a Glock or something sitting on like a chest full of gold. It's like, okay, all right, let's. I think the show has a lot of potential, and I'm gonna keep watching. I give it a recommendation. I think you should watch it. I think this is, especially if you're into these kind of things. If you're into isekai, I think it'd be fun. If you're the kind of person who likes female leads in action roles, this is something that's gonna interest you. If you like guns, and you like talking about guns, and you like really obscure premises for things, this show is that for you so far. There haven't been much in the first two episodes of like crazy gun stuff going on, but I'm sure that's what they're building up to, and it's what it seems like they're building up to. The third episode is out by the time I'm recording this. I haven't watched it yet. I will report back probably 2 to 3 to maybe 4 episodes in, probably maybe a little under or about halfway through the show. And I'm thinking it's a 12 episode long show this season. And I'll kind of report back to see if the show's got any better, got any worse. Tell you, like, I've stopped watching it. I'm not, like, this show sucks now. Never mind, it didn't fulfill, like, its promise of what it's selling. But so far, it has a lot of potential, and it's a show that I recommend for this season. It has my seal of approval. So yeah, please watch Beretta Isekai. It's fun.